All right, everybody. So this is Social Media Savvy 101 with Octavia Klein. Welcome, welcome. Just a quick overview. The basic things are, and this is just in general on any social media platforms, they do not like call to actions, and they don't like you to ask anyone to join your team, and they just don't like a whole lot of Spamela Andersons, okay? So you definitely, you could, what I'm teaching tonight is what we call attraction marketing, and I'll go into that a little bit further as we get going. So the reason why you definitely don't want to, like most people, they get into a direct selling company and they think I need to post my products everywhere and sell my products everywhere. You can do that in your, in your customer groups. Those people are already your customer. They want to know what the new products are. That's a great place to do that. But on your actual social media page, on your regular Facebook page, and even your Instagram page, even if it's a business page, people are inundated with ads and advertisement and being sold to. And the real thing of it is that we block it out. We block it out. Even you block it out. I mean, every once in a while you'll see an email, and you're like, okay, a sale on my favorite stuff. But for the most part, you just scroll right through those things. So, we're inundated on our emails with advertisements, in our Facebooks and our social media. We're inundated with advertisements. Now people are texting us with advertisements. It is everywhere. We drive down the street and we block it out. Okay. But what really stops us are our friends and family. When we're on Facebook and we see our friend and she's looking great in a beautiful dress, she's got her hot lipstick on, we're like, ooh, what's she doing? And then we stop and we pay attention to her. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to get you too. So attraction marketing, just a little overview of that, is the whole goal of attraction marketing is to turn strangers into friends and friends into family, okay? And that family into customers eventually, okay? So how are you going to do this? A couple of things. So lifestyle posts, I'm going to go a little bit further into that later, what lifestyle posts, but they're basically your lifestyle, all right? So the things that you do every day. Indirect product posts. An indirect product post would be, instead of just like holding up your tube and saying, oh my God, I absolutely love this Time-Wise 3D, whatever it is, day cream, you just say, oh my God, my skin has been glowing from this amazing day cream that I'm using. Don't give them the name. Don't go into the name of it, the company name and all of that, because what they're going to do is, especially if they don't know you really well, is they're going to go and Google that product, and they're probably going to buy it on Amazon or Poshmark, or go find a consultant near them. Okay. They may not specifically buy it from you that way, but what you want to do is get them to ask you. Okay. You want them to ask you, what is making your skin glow? Well, let me tell you, and talk to them in Messenger. Okay. So indirect team building posts, I'll go into that in just a little bit. You want to create conversations with people and give a lot of value. All right. Give a lot of value. That's really what you want to do in social media, is give a lot of value so that people start coming to you for advice. And you want to attract your target market, the person who you are. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And I've heard a lot of people, they feel like, oh, social media is a young person's game, and I'm too old for it. And I've heard everything. Okay. But the thing about it is, one of the biggest influencers, like one of the people I absolutely love on social media, is Bishop Olds. Oh my goodness. I don't know how old that guy is. He's got to be 65, 70, but he's one of my favorite people on there. So it doesn't matter what age you are. There's, of all ages are on social media. You're on social media. So your people are on social media. Okay. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So the main thing I'm talking about with attraction marketing is to stop pushing pitches and instead pull people toward your passion. Okay. You want to tell people everything about who you are, but nothing about what you do. All right. So let me, okay, I'm looking at the thing here. Okay. So constantly creating curiosity is our goal, and not regularly raising resistance. All right. So now some things that are key. Great photos are key. All right. Posting in stories, Facebook posts. Of course, your groups are great, and reels. And the biggest thing right now, ladies, is reels and short form video. People have a short attention span, and if you can get into those two things, you are going to be golden. Okay. But we're just going to go with some basic posts for right now for everybody who's a little new to this. Okay. So we want to increase our likability and our visibility. Okay. So how are we going to do that? We are going to post 1 to 2 times a day, and you want to post at times that people are on. So either between 7 and 9 or between 9 and 10, and you want to be consistent by posting daily. Now, for myself personally, I post about once a day. And in something like TikTok, I might post like every 3 or 4 days. It's kind of, I'm still getting the swing of TikTok, to be honest. I just got into it, but I absolutely love it. I think it's a genius platform. And I'll talk about that a little bit here later, but I think it's a genius platform and I love it. And, but you do want to be consistent. Okay. Just like one post a day, and maybe some stories. Okay. Another thing that you can do just to boost your algorithm in your Facebook is to kind of clean up the dead weight. Okay. And what I mean by that is let go of some of the friends that aren't interacting with you. Maybe they actually died. I know I have a few people on there that I've been holding on to, like holding on to their memory. But here's the thing, Facebook, the Facebook algorithm, if the more percentage of people that are your friends who are engaging with you, the more they push your stuff up. Okay. So if 50% of your people are not engaging with you, they're just dead weight. Maybe they're never on Facebook. Maybe they started an account. Maybe they closed it. I don't know. Just start deleting those people a little bit at a time. Okay. The other thing that's really great for, especially for your likability and your visibility, is to create conversations by replying with questions. So if you're commenting on a friend's post, you might want to reply with a question to keep that conversation going. Or if they're on your post. So my sister Ursula is always like, everybody always likes and comments on your posts. I'm like, that's because as soon as I post, the first 2 or 3 people who comment on there, I immediately comment back, because that tells Facebook that this is a great post and people are commenting on it, even if it's me commenting on it. So then everybody starts seeing it and it becomes a little bit viral. Okay. But I create that. If I don't go in there and do that, unless it's like a wedding photo or a kid photo, of course, those are going to go bananas. But if it's just a regular post, I kind of have to push it to get it going. Okay. The other thing, you really want to give value. Okay. So quotes, videos, how-to videos, and share your experience. And I'm going to go into these things a little bit further here. So what we're developing is our influenceability with all of this. Okay. We want to become influencers, even mini influencers. Doesn't have to mean that you like are like the most amazing influencer with 100,000 followers, but you want to have influence on your friends, family, and everybody in your social media realm. Okay. And what it means to be an influencer is just to have the ability to have an effect on the character and development of someone or something. Okay. So for instance, Tony Robbins is a huge influencer, and he is somebody, if he called me tomorrow, I would drop everything for, because he adds so much value to my life on social media. Okay. And that's the kind of, like, I know he's like really big guru, but I'm sure there's other people who are sort of smaller in your life that just give a lot of value, and you want to be in their space. And that's the person you want to become on social media. Okay. And the best way to influence people is to document your life through traveling, events, document, share, be authentic, and add value. Okay. Adding value is the biggest one. So I'm going to go into a little bit about photos. As a photographer, one of the key things, okay, to stopping the scroll. Okay. So here's the thing. People are on social media. I'm going to stop the share for just a second. So when people are on social media, they don't go over to Joanne's page and go, you know what? I think I want to know what Joanne's doing today. I'm going to go right to her page and start liking and commenting on her posts. No, they are scrolling. They're just scrolling away in here, and you want to stop their scroll. Okay. So that means you got to have really, really tight, beautiful pictures. Okay. And it's not hard to get good pictures. All right. It's not hard at all. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks for great photos. And one of the biggest ones is just having a filter. Now, I think I need to do a class on filters at some point, because people always ask me, Octavia, what's your favorite filter? But I'm advanced, you guys. I am a photographer, so not everybody can do the filter that I'm doing. Somebody said I'm bad at replying to comments. Yeah, take a minute and do that. Like, you don't want to post and ghost. Okay. You want to stop. Like, once you post, like, start replying to comments and go on other people's feeds and start commenting on their stuff, you know, that be in people's space. That's the thing about Facebook. So any filter will do, but one thing I will say is use the same filter all the time. Okay. Find a filter that you really like. And there's so many free filter apps out there. I realized that if I want comments, I have to comment. Yes, that's it. Okay, so popping a filter on. This is the same exact picture. This is a good picture. It's okay. I put this filter on and it's like, wow, it like really pops, right? So you want to stop the scroll with that. The same with this. Both great photos, right? But this filter on here just gives it a little extra je ne sais quoi or whatever, right? It just gives it a little extra thing. The other thing I want to talk about is cropping. Okay, this is like my biggest pet peeve when I'm on social media and I see somebody's post. Okay, so these are the same photo, but we don't need all this extra grass. And we definitely don't need to see my foot in the flip-flop or this guy's leg over here, okay? So what I've done is I have just cropped this down. I popped a filter on it. This one had pretty good sunlight. I probably didn't need to put the filter on it, but I did it just for this class. But you know, you want to get tight in on the action. I see so many pictures of somebody's like, look at this photo of a squirrel. And you're like, where is the squirrel? The squirrel is this big. And there's like a giant tree and a bench and all this other stuff. And you're like, I don't see a squirrel. So you got to really crop in so people can see the action. Okay. And this is another one that I cropped in. Now, this is a great photo on its own. It's beautiful, right? But look at this one. It's like I've moved into your home, okay? Because it's the same photo, but cropped in, and I'm bigger. I have the pop of the filter on there. I've changed the lighting. It just pops it out. So just knowing, like, really watch out for your headroom, you know, and the space around you. Is it necessary? Take a moment and crop them down. You know what? At some point, I am going to give you guys a list of filters, okay? But today is not the day, but I will get a list of filters. I might do a filters class. Okay, the other thing that you might want to take a minute to do is to update your actual Facebook page, okay? And make it look a little more professional and like you are an expert at something, okay? So, and one of the things that I do on here is you definitely want to have a clear photo that is just you, okay? Not you and your mom, not you and your kids, not you and the whole family, because when they come over to your page, they don't know who they're working with, okay? They want to see just you. If it's you and your mom, they don't know which one is going to be Octavia. Is Octavia the older one or the younger one? I don't know. So you want to have just you here. You want to show the whites of your eyes and the whites of your teeth and maybe even a little bit of arm, okay? So not just like cut it off at the neck, but showing a little bit of the arm, okay? And you want to have a personality-based cover photo, okay? Excuse me. And you want to have a curiosity creating bio, okay? I know you guys are all going to be like, what? When I say this, I don't put my company name on here. People have to ask me, because the thing about it is, if I friend somebody, and I know this has happened to you, okay? I know this happened to you. Somebody has friended you from another direct selling company, and you looked at her profile and you were like, who is this that's friending me? Oh, she works for Rodan and Fields. No, she's going to try to sell me Rodan and Fields. Well, the same thing is happening to you, my friend. Okay. I let them like me. I want to influence them a little bit. And then later I'm going to hit them with some Mary Kay once they love me. Okay. So on here in my intro, I put mompreneur, social media coach, director of the Shine Bright team. Now this right here, this cover photo, I actually created this in Canva. It was really, really easy. They have in Canva, there's templates already just like this. You can pop your photo in and just change the wording to yourself, okay? And then you can see here, and I also use the same photo. So this photo is on my Instagram and it's the same photo on my TikTok. So it's the same photo everywhere so people know it's me, all right? And just look at this chat real quick. But where do you locate the filter feature? Okay, so the filters, almost every app has a filter on it. So even on the Facebook app, when you post your photo, there is a place for filters. But what I actually suggest you do is go into your applications and find a filter, like just put filters into applications, okay? And find a free app that has filters in there. with those apps, there's each app is going to have like, you know, 20, 30, 40 filters. Okay. Some of them are going to have paid filters. Some of them have free filters. And then just go through there with a photo of yourself and figure out which filter you like the best. Okay. Figure out which one you like the best. I'm going to go back a couple of slides here just to show you something. So this is actually my Instagram page. And you'll notice that all of these photos are in different places, in different lighting, different backgrounds, but there's something very similar about the color of them all. And that's because I used the same filter on all of them. It gave them this sort of peachy, rosy cast to all of them. So it looks very cohesive. Okay. And that's really especially for Instagram, because Instagram's very pretty. Okay. TikTok, you don't got to be that pretty on. TikTok's videos anyways. And Facebook, you don't have to be so pretty with, but you do want to give it a pop of a filter, especially if it's a dark photo. Okay. Okay. So thank you. Okay, great. All right. So let me get back to this. Okay, so the other thing you may want to do too, if you really want to take this seriously, this attraction marketing, is you may want to go back about 50 or so posts and delete anything that feels sort of spammy or is like too much, you know, you just want to start deleting those things out. So when people come over to you, they see you and you're branding yourself, okay? And okay, so now we are going to aim for in your posting, okay, in your posting schedule. So if you're going to post 10 posts, okay, let's say between now and 10 days from now, you post once a day and you're posting 10 posts, okay? 6 of those should actually, or let me do this, 6 of those should be value posts, okay? 3 of them should be lifestyle posts and 1 results post. Now, this isn't like, you know, totally scientific. You can go off of this. I would say most of my posts are more lifestyle than they are value, but I'm really, really learning the value post. So I'm getting more and more into it. But but results posts. So I'm going to show you some examples of what I mean by each one of these posts. Okay. So a value post is something like a how-to video. It could be a how-to video on beauty. So it could be like your 5 favorite makeup brushes, but without selling anything. Okay. Without selling, just like, hey, these are my 5 favorite makeup brushes. Okay. They could be beauty tips. They could be your hobbies. It could be a value because of something that you love. So like if you make like the best quiche in the world, share your quiche recipe, because other people who like quiche are going to come over and be like, oh my God, she has a great quiche recipe. Oh, wait, that's a great lipstick she's got on. You know, you want to attract them over with who you are. Maybe you do a book review or an event review, or you write down quotes and put your spin on it. Okay. The thing you're really going for is you want people to start to think, I can learn a thing or two from this person. So that's really what you're going for with this attraction marketing. So here is a value post. Okay. This one here, I said, I struggled for years with acne prone skin. I started my period at the age of 9 years old, and my acne began and didn't end until about a year ago when I started to take care of my skin. No one ever taught me the basic skincare techniques. So I'm here to share them with you, the 5 basic skincare techniques. And I go through cleansing, exfoliating, toning, moisturizing, protecting. Now, nowhere in here do I say, oh, and by the way, I have all these products, but I'm just giving information and adding value. Okay. So these are all the things. And if they wanted to know they may come over and be like, well, what are you actually using? What products are you using? Hold on. Yeah, I think that's it. Another thing of value is just, if you can't think of something to value, you can just post quotes. Okay. Post quotes. People love quotes and they're like, oh my God, I needed to hear that today. Thank you. You're adding value. You're not raising resistance. So here's a quote that I did. Quote for the day. You need to get your soul on fire. Gloria Mayfield Banks. Okay. That was my quote for the day. I quoted somebody else. These are lifestyle, but these are lifestyle posts. So these are example of lifestyle posts, but they're also on purpose. Okay. And they are attraction marketing posts. So I'm attracting people to my business, sort of an indirect marketing, attraction marketing, but also lifestyle. Okay. So this is a picture of me and my daughter. And I said, this is one of those Fridays where the sunshine was calling my name. I'm so grateful to have the choice to take off in the middle of the day with my baby and spend some quality time in nature. I remember the days of working in retail and being stuck behind a counter in an over air conditioned shop, literally wearing a winter coat in the middle of July because it was so cold in there, wishing I could be out frolicking in the sun with my friends. I'm so thankful for my social media side hustle. I have choices. And I wrote in there, how did your Friday go? Okay. So this is going to pique somebody's interest because their curiosity of like, what kind of job does she have that she just got to take off in the middle of the day and go spend time with her kids? So many women are stuck behind a desk and don't get to spend time with their kids. Normally used to ask if this is my business page. Yes, in Instagram, it is my business page. And in Facebook, obviously you just have a regular page, and then your what if you don't have a life? Okay, well, I don't know, girl, but everybody's got a little bit of a life, okay? Because there are people out there who also feel like they don't have a life. So attract the people who don't have a life. And what are you doing that you don't have a life? There's something that you do. Maybe you're like, your post is about being with your cat all day. Maybe, I'm not sure what it is, but maybe it's that you, what are you doing at home that you don't have a life? There's something you're doing. Maybe you're doing reviews on your favorite television shows, yeah, Natalie's
Octavia.
Yes.
It's Ursula.
Hi.
So like, I don't have a life because I have no kids, I have no pets, I have nothing. But like, for instance, like I took on watering some succulents. And so I'm going to do a post about me and my little succulents and things like that. The little plants, that's what they're called, succulents, right? The little,
Ursula, yes, you do have a life. You have nieces and nephews. So I know your life. And you're claiming you don't have a life.
I don't have a life.
You have a life, okay?
I'm at home a lot, and I get it. I get what they're saying. It's like, I don't have a life, because you don't think about that you have a life, but there's something that, what Octavia's saying, there's something that you're doing at home, whether it's polishing your toenails, repotting some plants, cleaning out your cabinet, something. You're doing something.
I'm going to stop my big sister here. This is my presentation, okay? I wanted you to come in and help me let people in the room. Okay, I'm gonna shut her down for a minute. Love you, sis. Love you, sis. All right, so this post here, okay, is and Natalie's laughing at us again. She knows. Okay, so this picture right here. Now, I was doing something great on this picture, but I had to take a picture and I had to sort of post this because this is huge. So this is my happy place, like for real. Whenever I'm putting down my little one and I need to calm my own energy in order for her to feel my peace, I think about being right here at Two Bunch Palms Resort, floating in the mineral spring grotto. It's been 4 years since I've been here. I'm beyond grateful to not only be back, but to have booked the trip without consulting my husband first. This boss babe took her own money, booked a trip, and said, we are going. Okay, so that's huge for women. Okay, it's huge for me. Here's me by the pool. Okay, so if you don't have a life, go out in your backyard with your laptop in the sunshine. It doesn't matter if you don't got a pool. Okay, just go sit in a cute chair and get a cute little drink and put an umbrella in it. Okay, and say, this is my office for the day. All right, so happy Friday. This is my office for the day. People love things like this, and a lot of people are stuck in an actual office. Here's one where I say how much I love that I don't have to ask anybody's permission to have the morning off to spend time with my daughter. Here's for the people who say they're sitting at home all day. Take a picture of you at home. Some people don't actually get to work from home. Some people are in a factory grinding meat, okay? Or packaging boxes, or who knows what. They would love to be sitting at their desk doing this. So here I am, a zoom, 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 and a boom, boom, boom all day. I began my direct sales journey in March of 2021, 3 weeks into the pandemic, and I've actually never done an in-person party. So I'm attracting somebody who's like, I'd like to do direct sales, but I don't want to do in-person parties. So I've built my whole business on social media, the place they're hanging out at. I've earned 3 diamond rings, countless cash bonuses, and a free car, all from my home. Me, my computer, and my trusty ring light have literally made miracles happen. I was actually talking to one of my amazing team members today about how we both could never walk into an office job again. All right. So this is piquing people's curiosity. All right. All right. So in stories, okay, one of the things I love about stories is it opens the door for communication. Okay. Because if somebody comments on your story, it goes right into a private message where you can start a conversation that's going to lead to a sale. Okay. That's what I love about stories. Also, Instagram and Facebook love stories. It builds your algorithm. And 60% more people are hanging out in stories now. Okay. They're more in stories and reels than they are just scrolling anymore. Okay. And then the more people watch you, the more you become an influencer for them as well. All right. So this, so stories, stories and ideas. So things you can do in stories. And here's like a bunch of ideas. You guys can screen grab this. Yes, so I'm going to tell you about that, Maria, in just a second. I'm going to tell you about exactly about that. That's the whole reason we're doing this. So in stories, where are you from? What got you into your business? So you could, these are just story ideas. 3 things my products have helped me with. Okay. 3 things my products have helped me with without saying the product name or the company name. Okay. Because otherwise you're just going to Google it and they're going to go buy it from, you know, Poshmark, Amazon, or who knows where. Okay. You can post about your team trainings. You can do like screenshots and stuff like that. Where you're traveling from, where you're traveling to this summer. You could do polls and quizzes. I'm going to show you some examples of those. When people tag you in stories, you want to screenshot and repost that. So if somebody, let's say one of your customers gives you a good testimonial, like she commented that, oh my God, I love my new skincare. Thank you so much. It's been doing blah, 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 blah. Like say she texts you that, screenshot that and put that in your stories and say, I love it when my customers write me messages like this, and post her testimonial to you. Those are great ones because those give you authority and they give you credibility. You can also post about car owners, rank advancement. So let's see, for the directors that are here, even the consultants that are here, if you have your team, you're like, oh my God, my team did amazing this month. We have 3 career move ups. We had, you know, $10,000 babes. Like they don't know what that is, but they heard that somebody made $1,000 and there was 10 of them, and maybe they could be one. So that's attracting them to them. Okay. You can post stories about your morning mindset. You can screenshot your books that you're reading. You know, you could do things. This is a really great one. So like a grocery store post. So everybody goes to the grocery store here. I know it. So I don't care if you don't have a life. I know you go to the grocery store, and you can take a picture of your grocery basket, okay, and post something like, I love because of my side hustle, I don't have to think twice about buying organic. Who can relate to that? Okay, because a lot of women are looking at like they want to buy the organic green beans, but they're $8 versus the $2 ones. Okay, so things like that. And I'm sure there's other things you can think of in your grocery store that you get to do because of your extra money. Okay. All right, so those are just some story ideas. Here are some sort of attraction marketing story ideas and indirect selling posts, okay? So finally got to sport my Kate Spade handbag gifted to me by my company. Who likes free handbags? Somebody might have answered on that and said, I like free handbags. How'd you get that bag from your company? My company gives free diamonds as a bonus. And this one right here, self-care is the best care. Now, I didn't mention the product name. I didn't say charcoal mask or anything like that. And I had 3 people contact me that day and say, I want that mask. That's all I said on there. That's all I said. Self-care is the best care. They're like, what's that mask? I need it. All right. So these are really great. So you can do polls. These are fun. So please vote. And this one's actually, it's animated. It's an animated little thing to kind of grab people's attention. Which skincare do you prefer? Anti-aging or 100% natural? Guess what? We got both. So it doesn't matter which one they pick. I'm going to message them in Messenger and be like, you like anti-aging? You want some more information on this? And then you could do polls on where, you know, next incentive trip, guess where? Okay. So our next incentive trip is Scotland, Ireland. So you could put Scotland, Ireland, Jamaica, Bahamas, and people have to guess where the next incentive trip is, which is going to start a conversation in Messenger. Okay. All right. Now, growing your profitability. Okay. So now you've done all this. Okay. You've attracted people. You're not talking about your name. You're like, okay, great, Octavia. How do I monetize this? So people are engaged with you, you're influencing, and now your leads go from cold to hot. Okay. So here's the deal. When I get ready, I got a goal or whatever, I don't just go into my Facebook and just randomly message people. Okay. I find people, I go to my last post or my last whatever, and I look at the people who have liked my content. Those are what we now call a warm lead. Okay. They're not cold because they like what I'm doing. People who comment on my content are hot leads. Okay. That means they really like me. They took the time to not only stop scrolling and like my post, but they comment on it. That means they really like me. Okay. And that they may even want something from me. Okay. And they're not able to ask yet. And people who share your content, and I haven't even got to this level yet, but people who share your content are boiling hot leads. Okay. They really love what you got going on. They're sharing your information. Okay. That's next level, y'all. That's next level. So what do we do with these leads? So you want to have conversations before commissions. Okay. So I'm not going to just go over now to Betty, who liked my comment, and just send her some little copy and paste message. I'm going to have a conversation with her first, because Betty, her dog might have died yesterday. So I don't want to just copy and paste something over there she's going to say no thanks to, because she's been in a pile of tissues. So I'm going to go over to Betty. I'm going to say, hey, Betty, thanks for loving my last post. How's things with you? I want to know how things are going with her first. I'm going to have a little conversation with her, especially if I don't know her very well, or if, we're just getting reacquainted again. Okay, if she commented on it, I'm gonna say, hey, Betty, thanks for commenting on that last post. I appreciate that. How's things with you? And then I'm gonna have a real conversation with Betty, all right? I'm gonna have a real conversation with her before I just go into my script, okay? So now I've had a conversation with Betty. I've talked to her about, that her dog is doing great. In fact, he didn't die. He just got through puppy training, okay? Fantastic. You know what? I would love, Betty, to invite you to my customer group. Would you be interested? No worries if not. Now, one thing I always do is I let people off the hook, okay? I ask them if they want to do something, but I always say no worries if not, all right? Because it's kind of like, I give it to them, but then I give them the way out, all right? So I might invite them to my customer group. If I do invite them to my customer group, I tag them on a few amazing posts, especially like if you do. And the customer group is a whole other topic, so I'm not going to go into that now. But like if you have before and afters, or if you have testimonials from your customers, or, maybe not just tagging her on a product, but something that shows the results of that product. Okay. So I'm going to add you to this group. I'm going to tag you on a couple posts. Let her see them. Okay. And then send, maybe you want to send her a marketing video, or you can send her a product video, information video, or you can invite her to an event. Okay. So those are the options there. Here is a great little line for Betty. All right. Hey, Betty, just curious, would you be interested in checking out some more information on how to fire your boss, anti-aging skincare tips, 5 beauty tips, etc. Okay. Your group, but I'm not saying don't put all these things in there. Okay. Consultants, don't put all those things in there. Pick what you want to ask Betty to do. Okay. If Betty just told you she hates her job, you might want to ask her how to fire your boss. If she says, I really need to make more time for myself, then maybe you invite her to an event for a spa event, if she's really busy, maybe you just tag her in your group. I don't know, but you figure that out, what's best for Betty. Okay. After you've had a conversation with her. And you always say, no worries. If not, just thought I would ask. All right. And then let her come back with something. And if she says no, thanks, you can keep going with the conversation for a little bit and then weed out of there. All right. So, or maybe come back to her later, because we all know it's not always a no. It's just a not right now. All right. So finding new friends. Say you're like, okay, Octavia, I don't have a whole lot of Facebook friends, and I've talked to everybody on there already. I got nobody. Okay. So find new friends. Okay. So you can go through and start adding friends. One thing I would suggest with adding friends is finding friends that have a lot of friends in common with you first. So if you already have 5 to 10 in common friends, those are probably the people I would go to. Or the people I really like are my best customers. Okay. The people who are my best customers usually have great friends. Okay. They have great friends that are just like them. So you might want to start friending those people, but don't add more than 5 or 10 people a day, maybe 20 people a day. Otherwise, sometimes Facebook will get a little funky with you on that. So you can go that route. And when you do that, don't just message her right away and be like, hey, do you want a spa packet? No. Get to know her a bit on Facebook. Keep track of her or him, and like their posts, comment on their posts, and let them get to know you a little bit first. All right. Then maybe invite them to your group, tag them on a couple of things, and, go from there. Okay. Groups are great. I know a lot of groups say don't be spamming and don't sell your products in here, but a lot of times we're just jumping the gun really fast when we go into a group. So if you're in a group that's about dog walking or whatever, go in there and be of value and make yourself heard so that people get curious about you. Okay. So, and you should find something that you're really passionate about. Don't just go into groups that you don't love what they're talking about, because you won't stick around in there and hang out in there. But if it's a group that you love, maybe it's a weight loss group that gives a lot. There was a weight loss group I used to be a part of, and I love that group. They had so many great recipes, and I showed up in there, the same people showed up in there, and I made friends from that group. So find a group that you really love and be of value in there and make friends in that group. Some red flags about adding people as friends. Okay. One thing you want to do is make sure they have a profile picture. Okay. If they don't have a profile picture, it might be a dead account. And they may not be somebody you really want to work with. If they have less than 100 friends, sometimes that means they're a newer account, and that might be, what do you want to call it? Not a spammer, but like somebody who's impersonating somebody else. And if their posts are too sexual or spammy, just stay out of there. I also watch out, just a word to the wise. I've had a lot of people friend me lately that it looks like we have mutual friends, but I go over and check their profile and they've only got like 2 posts and a few friends. They are definitely impersonating somebody else. So just be aware of that, okay? Because they're going to message you about something about money, all right? So a few influencers that I have learned all of these things from, okay? So Fraser Brooks, he's amazing. He's an amazing direct seller. And he is an amazing coach and teacher for other direct sellers. Kimberly Olson, she is the gold digger girl. She is also amazing. Michelle Cunningham, most of y'all know, that's my girl. Gary Vaynerchuk, he is a great influencer as well. And he has a book called Jab, Jab. He has 2 books, actually. The first book I read of his is called Crushing It. And his other book is Jab, 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 Right Hook. Okay. And what that means is value, 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 and then sell something. Value, 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 and then sell something. He is an amazing person. And then Jordan Levesque. Jordan Levesque is our TikTok direct selling queen. Jordan Levesque sells, she claims, I don't know, but she is a 6-figure earner with Modere. And she, let me see, how do you, hold on one second. She claims to sell somewhere between 30,000 and 75,000 in product a month on TikTok. And then for Jordan Levesque, who I love also, she does the TikTok course if you want to go there. But I don't know where everybody's at with it, but TikTok, the reason I love TikTok is that in Facebook, you're limited to who's your friend, right? And you have to go out and get friends. Instagram is very like, who's following you is going to see your stuff. And there is a little bit of like your stuff will go out to other people, but it's very limited to where Instagram will push your stuff to new people. Okay. But in TikTok, they have a For You page and they just show it to millions of people, and you can literally go viral. Like I have posts that in there, I just started in February, that now have like 5,000 views, like out of nowhere. Like 5,000 people viewed that and a ton of comments, and all of those people are seeing my stuff. So that's the thing about TikTok that's amazing, is like they really blast it to the world. Like they don't limit you onto who they're going to show it to. So it really gives you a lot of visibility to other people. So I think that's it. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. It's not much to invest in these courses at all, and they've helped me out a lot. I am a course person. Okay, one day I'm going to create a course. It's not going to be today, but one day. So is there any last questions? Any final questions? And we'll post these one more time in the chat. Okay, that's it, ladies. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you. I hope this was helpful. Good night,
Thanks,
everybody.
Octavia.
You're welcome.
You so much.
You are welcome.
Thanks,
Thank
Octavia.
You're
Thank you. This
welcome.
was great.
Truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Talking trips to Puerto Rico. Say the word and we go. You can be my freak.